Hello, welcome to my channel, Soul Horizons Tarot. Today we're going to be doing a love reading for the sign of Gemini regarding the person most on your mind. Keep in mind this is a general reading, so it will not resonate for everyone. If it doesn't sound familiar, if it does not fit your situation, then it is not your story. If it does resonate or you enjoyed this reading and want to see future content or uploads, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, or leave a comment in the comment section. I've already done a pre-shuffle, so I'm just cutting and we'll start. Do the same with the clarifiers. Now this is a reading for the person most on your mind. You could be already together with them in a relationship. It could be an ex. It could be just someone that you are interested in. Keep that in mind. This side over here will be your person, the person that's most on your mind, that's their side. And over here is your side. So we're going to start off on their side. And do this every single time I forget to start my timer. Alright, so let's start on their side for their current energy situation. So they're pulling up the Emperor, that is Aries, with the King of Pentacles. Okay, so right now your person, they could already be in a relationship, whether with you or someone else, but it does look like they're very mature, or they're settled, they have a good position within work, or maybe they have a family, children. The gender doesn't really matter, but this is very masculine energy, so someone who's very assertive, dominant, on top of their game. They're getting things done, or they've already accomplished what they set out to accomplish. We have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, mainly Taurus, and Aries here. We're going to see what else is coming up. They could be a father, they could be, and again, I only say father because it's men on the cards, but it could be a wife, a mother. Could be a boss, they could own their own company. They could be kind of like the leader of their family, the main provider. Okay, didn't really ask yet, but okay, some of them are in a relationship. Or they're open. Oh, really? It is impossible to get no copyright, ad-free music. So we have Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio here with the Queen of Cups. It could be just really in their feelings, like very receptive at this time, maybe looking for love if they're not in a commitment. I'm going to clarify, and I almost feel like putting that back because I hadn't got to the part where I was asking, but it did flip out. Tell me, and we'll see what that Queen of Cups is about. They could just know their heart, know what they feel, very emotionally mature, or what do they say, emotionally intelligent. Tell me about that Emperor for Gemini, the person on Gemini's mind, their current energy situation. Tell me about the Emperor, please. Clarify the Emperor for what is going on with this person at this time. That is too many. Yeah, I'm going to put these back, but it looks like they've come to a conclusion, a strong conclusion at that. They're no longer stuck in their head. They have overcome that, or they're in the process of doing so. They're making big moves, or they're very adamant in their approach to solving some kind of issue or problem. They're definitely captaining a cause in their life, whatever that might be, work, home, family. Tell me about that. There we go. Thank you. 3 of Cups. Okay, they could be celebrating maybe a promotion, some kind of accomplishment that maybe they settled, not a dispute, but that did come to mind. They settled some property, or they've won something as far as some kind of achievement in their life, and it would have been significant because we do have the Emperor here. That's major arcana. This has long-term repercussions. 3 of Cups can sometimes talk about somebody that's keeping their options open, is talking to more than one person, but not always. That is a possibility, but I feel like it's more like they're celebrating something. Alright, again, I did not ask yet, but we have Temperance coming out. I think that's just confirming my initial reaction to that 3 of Cups. Sagittarius energy there. I'm not even supposed to be using that deck. Tell me about the King of Pentacles. Tell me about that King of Pentacles. Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's current energy situation, please? Tell me about... Yeah, maybe it was a major promotion or a major investment paying off. Tell me about that King of Pentacles. 1, 2, 3, 5 of Wands. Yeah, it definitely feels like they've overcome some obstacles and challenges, and maybe some disruptive or jealousy. 5 of Wands can talk about a lot of things, but usually it's kind of minor setbacks, some distraction, or other people, whether it's jealousy, maybe they're in a competitive field. But with the King of Pentacles there, it shows that they have dominion over that. They're boss level. And even if they're not a boss or they're CEO or whatever, they have a strong sense of who they are, strong enough that they're not one to be bossed around. The King of Pentacles and the Emperor are 2 very headstrong cards of tarot. They can be very stubborn, but also very dedicated, devoted, and determined. Tell me about that Queen of Cups. Why is that here? What does it represent for this person's current energy situation? Yeah, it's like they look down on petty behavior, like they don't even get involved. They're above all that. Tell me about that Queen of Cups. They could have like strong leadership qualities, or be a leader in some capacity. Tell me about that Queen of Cups. Why is that here? What does it represent? 1. There we go. Ooh, 2. Yay! Okay, so this could be a person. I don't know if it's you. Could be somebody else though. It could be somebody that they are committed to. It could also be a family member. Someone very, very close to them. Someone that has a significant impact in their life. It can be a romantic partner, but it does not have to be. Friend, family. But there does look to be a quarrel here. Now I could interpret this as internally they're emotionally conflicted within themselves, possibly about a problem, an issue, a choice, mainly a choice. But I get the feeling that this Queen of Cups is a person. Generally court cards do represent. So it could be themselves or it could be somebody else. But there is conflict there. There could be arguments. With the Five of Swords, it's much heavier than the Five of Wands. Where these are minor setbacks, these are like deal breakers with the Five of Swords. So these are things that kind of no-win situation. Or it feels like you can't. I mean, there's ego usually involved with the Five of Swords. Nobody wants to be wrong. Everyone wants to have, or whoever wants to have the last word. But it does feel like a conflict within a relationship, whether that's with you or someone else. This is whoever's most on your mind, so you'll know best how that applies to their situation. Well, you might not actually. But it's not a simple lover's quarrel there. It definitely feels like something that's kind of a major setback. They're handling it relatively well as the Emperor, but it's still affecting them. Alright, so let's look at your side. We have the Chariot, which is Cancer energy. I know you're Gemini, but you could have Cancer in your chart. And then we have the Hangman, which is Pisces. So you're going through, or maybe you're just coming out of a period of stagnation where there was no movement or very little movement. You were forced into a position where you had to look at things from all angles or a different perspective, or adapt to a situation, figure out a new way of doing something in order to move something forward. It could be literally moving. But it's two very like polar opposite cards. This is a card of inactivity, again, stagnation, being in limbo, being stuck, reconsidering, seeing something from a new angle or light. And then the Chariot card is about progress, movement, advancement. Tell me one more with the Hangman. One more with the Hangman and the Chariot. For Gemini's current energy situation, please. One more. Tell me one more, please. 1, 2, and 3. King of Swords. You're also in. You're making a major decision, or you're coming to a major conclusion about something. You may be kind of in a mood where you're not going to suffer anybody's BS. This is like being very logical, analytical, resilient, and resolved. We think with our head, not our heart. With the King of Swords, we kind of leave emotions out of it. We deal with facts. Tell me about the Chariot. What's that about for Gemini's current energy situation? Tell me. Chariot is also a card about balance, the need for balance, balancing masculine and feminine, dark and light, or shadow and light, those parts of ourselves that we need to get balanced in order to move that Chariot forward. Tell me about that Chariot card, please. 1. 2. And 3. 8 of Swords. Okay, so yeah, you feel stuck or you feel hindered in some way. It could be your own thoughts, it could be others that you're giving too much power to. Some negative thoughts, because the swords deal with the mind. Kind of, it's a mental prison. The 8 of Swords is being stuck in usually a self-imposed mental prison. It's giving thoughts and doubts and fears too much power, letting it control you. With the Chariot there, you could be overcoming that, but because the Hangman is here, I think it's still got a bit of a hold on you. There's something that you're wanting to move past or move forward, but you feel surrounded by no's, basically. Or I can't, or I shouldn't. Or if it's somebody else, no, you can't, you shouldn't. Tell me about the Hangman. Why is the Hangman here? What is it that's stopping us here? What do we need to take another look at? Tell me about the Hangman, please. 1. 2. I thought that was 3. I told you. I'm tired. 3 of Cups. So there was a delay in one of two things. Either a thing that should have been celebrated. It could have been a delay in a reunion or a reconciliation. It could have been a delay in something that would have been a win for you, a victory for you. Maybe even it was a delay in getting together with friends, a social activity. But yes, the 3 of Cups can talk about a reunion, excuse me, reconciliation. We're trying to progress despite this, but we still have this sense of inability to work through some problem, whether it's real or imagined. Alright, tell me about that King of Swords. Tell me about that King of Swords. Why are we in the King of Swords, or why do we feel the King of Swords? What does this represent for Gemini? That is Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, by the way. Mainly Aquarius, but you are Gemini. So let's see. 8 of Wands. Yeah, it's almost as if you hit a point where you decide to move forward, progress forward, either leave this behind, this energy of being stagnant, or maybe you're even cutting someone off that's kind of holding you back, or cutting something off that's been holding you back, and you're charging forward. You've made a clear decision to let the momentum of something carry you forward or push you forward. And if it is a person, or maybe more than one person holding you back, with the King of Swords, this would be you cutting off access. It's like you're not waiting around for this thing to happen anymore. You're going to charge forward. It could be you're not waiting for this person. I don't know. But this doesn't, your current energy situation and theirs don't have to coincide. Alright, so let's look at the biggest challenges or obstacles between the two of you. You have the High Priestess. That is Pisces energy. Oh, High Priestess, clarifying the High Priestess. So maybe both of you have some things that you're not saying to the other. Maybe there's some secrets or something hidden. I say both of you because it shows up twice. So it's either double confirmation, but more often I see that as, especially in the challenge position, that both parties have this as what's blocking this connection. So we'll clarify to see exactly what that is. Something unspoken or unsaid. Tell me one more with High Priestesses. Okay, thank you. Five of Swords. Okay, so you both could be holding on to some anger, resentments, an argument or words said in anger. Hold on, another ad. Because that's apparently chill music to have to hit skip. So yeah, something one of you said to the other, or both of you may have, said some things. But with the High Priestess, this is like holding on to a grudge, or it's, those bottled up feelings that we don't vocalize, we keep to ourselves. And I like the way that she's like side-eyeing this guy here. I'll try to show it. It's like one of you, or maybe both of you, you're still angry about something that was said, done, decided. Again, with the Five of Swords, that's ego, the need to be right. Now, not to say that whatever you were arguing about was justified, but again, it's a lose-lose. Tell me, what is the High Priestess about? What is the High Priestess about? Okay, Queen of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Mainly Libra, does not have to be. Yeah, it's a shutting down of emotion because we're hurt. And we're only going to forgive if what the person says on either end, you or they to you, is sincere, honest. The Queen of Swords, similar to that King of Swords, is like, I'm keeping myself at a distance until you come correct. There is anger, there is skepticism. The Queen of Swords is the widow, or she's the divorcee. So she's been through it, and she's not gonna suffer through it again. She'll listen, but only to the extent that she feels like what's being said or expressed is real. Tell me about that Five of Swords. Why is that here? Obviously this is a general reading, so it could be different for everyone, but this may pinpoint a particular person that is watching that really needs to hear this, and maybe a confirmation for one or more of you. Alright, Eight of Pentacles. It did try to come out in the reverse, so there could have been arguments about what someone was doing, as far as maybe there was overworking or not working enough, because it did try to come out in the reverse. Somebody felt like they weren't putting enough effort, or their effort wasn't being matched. Or again, that somebody was putting too much time into work, like they were prioritizing money or material things or status, power, respect of others over how the other person felt. Like somebody felt like they were being ignored or neglected, or they felt maybe if this was the reverse, that they weren't working. Somebody felt that they were carrying all the weight. They were doing all the work and putting in the effort, or the other person was not. With the High Priestess and the Five of Swords, I definitely feel like this is something that would definitely be a challenge to overcome, because we're still holding on to some resentment here, probably on both sides. And nobody, as of yet, has stepped forward to apologize or to communicate to see if we can resolve this. We're just kind of like letting it simmer. Alright, so let's move on to how they see you. They see you as the Queen of Cups. Good so far. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, depending on the clarifiers. Oh, and the Queen of Swords. That's, yeah, that's fair, I guess, maybe. We'll see. Tell me one more for how this person views Gemini. Now keep in mind, this is their perspective. It doesn't mean it's the truth. From their eyes, this is how they see you. Tell me about that Queen of Swords and Cups, please, for how this person views you. I'm going to take this as if it was in the reverse. Oh, that's how it landed? Okay, never mind. Page of Pentacles. Let's clarify, because the first pull of the Queen of Cups, I said good, because this is somebody very loving, very sincere. They kind of wear their heart on their sleeves. They can become a little bit overly emotional sometimes, but they're very genuine. They're very authentic. So is the Queen of Swords in that sense. But the Queen of Cups loves to love. She loves love, and she's very one of the most romantic as far as nurturing feelings, not just her own but others. Tell me about that Queen of Cups for how this person sees. She can also be very creative, very gifted, very intuitive. That is kind of a weird mix. I'm not sure about that. I don't generally take more than one, and it just doesn't feel... I'm going to say what's on my mind, and I'm going to reshuffle. But yeah, this could be a case where they feel like sometimes, yes, you're loving and kind, but also you over-exaggerate. And you're quick to anger. And, well, okay, let me be blunt. They feel like you play the victim. Like when there's an argument or you feel cornered, you start to cry and you kind of emotionally manipulate. But that's my first. Let's see what comes. Is that another? Okay, Hangman. Pisces energy there. Let's see where this goes. Tell me about that Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords can be perceived as someone cold, distant, emotionally detached. Tell me about that Queen of Swords, please. One, two. Really? Okay. So we have the Emperor. and the Six of Wands. Okay, so they see you as... I think the Queen of Cups is good. Like, they see the value of how you care. You probably care a lot. But maybe from this person's perspective, that is almost a weakness. But they also see with that Queen of Swords, if you don't get your way, they feel that you're a bit egotistical or self-centered only when you don't get what you want, and you might shut down or shut them out or, you know, stop communicating, and they see that as you like pulling a power play. The Emperor here with the Queen of Swords is not a good thing as far as how someone sees you, because they're very much, they can be very domineering, restrictive, stubborn. You're gonna force me to watch that. Okay. And like you feel like you have to win. This, again, this is their perspective. Tell me about that Page of Pentacles. Okay. Nine of Swords. Yeah, they feel like you get in your head too much. And when you do, you allow that to contribute to not giving effort, or giving very little effort. Maybe they think you worry too much, you overthink things too much, you stress out when you shouldn't. They could literally think that you need to be medicated. I only think that they see you this way because you're both angry with one another. And you're either not speaking, or you're holding what you truly think and feel inside. I do like that the Queen of Cups there as a silver lining, because it does show that they know that you care. They know that you're a good person and you have feelings, but to them it might be you have big feelings that kind of overwhelm you. But they also see you in a kind of a poor light with that Queen of Swords, as someone that tries to undermine them by basically saying, you either see it my way, or say, do, be this, or I'm not going to deal with you. Alright, let's look at how you see them. You see them as the Knight of Wands. That's Aries, Leo, Sag, specifically Sag, does not have to be, and the Page of Swords. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. So you see them as immature. Maybe even inconsistent, unreliable. Maybe you see them as a bit nosy, or they ask questions that are very personal. What's that word? Not nosy, but I can't think of the word. Intrusive. Okay, we got the King of Wands. Maybe you see them as someone that's only interested in physical intimacy. I will say that you probably think they're attractive, but with the Knight of Wands and the Page of Swords, I think that you think that they're immature. Maybe they are young. I don't think so, because they're showing up as the Emperor and the King of Pentacles, but it doesn't, age does not dictate or reflect maturity level. You can be 70 years old and still throw tantrums. So let's look at that Knight of Wands. This was probably something, the Knight of Wands and the King of Wands. Knight and King of Wands was probably something that attracted you to begin with. We'll see. Let's look at the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands can be very spontaneous, fun, funny. But they can also be very unreliable. Tell me about that Knight of Wands. Why is that here for how Gemini sees this person? Tell me about it. Too many. That's 3. We did get the Page of Wands in that. Alright, 1. 2. The Knight of Wands can sometimes talk about a player. Not all the time. Oh, King of Wands. So now we have fire sign 3 times. Aries, Leo, Sag. Sag and Leo strong. But doesn't even have to be a fire sign. But somebody that is completely controlled by their passion, yeah, but also just someone that wants. They go after what they want, which can be a good thing, but with the Knight there, their wants often change at the blink of an eye. Then they're on to the next thing, and that can include people. I want this. Okay, I've achieved that, let me go to the next. It doesn't have to be. It could be, you know, maybe they're inconsistent in their work, like they have a job for 6 months and they quit, you know, all of a sudden, and you're just supposed to like navigate their whims. Tell me about that Page of Swords. Why is the Page of Swords here? Why is the Page of Swords here for how this person, or how Gemini sees this person? 1, 2, 3. I do get this nosy vibe, like you think they're nosy, maybe they stalk you and you know it. Maybe they're like following you on social media and they're like trying to be sneaky, but they're not doing a very good job. Or you could just see them as completely indecisive. Like they don't really know what they want. Because their interests change so often and so quickly, you see them as somebody that can't be tied down because they're always off to the next thing. Timer going off kind of maybe losing my track of thought. Oh, somebody that pushes the boundaries. They don't necessarily cross over them, but they do it to where it makes you question your place. You are very attractive. You do find them kind of fun, spunky, probably like a maverick or a pioneer, or like somebody that they keep you guessing, they keep you on your toes. But in a relationship, that might not be something you want, as far as like you want to be able to rely on someone. I think you're still attracted to this person, but I think what turns you off is their inability to make a decision. And again, I get this sense that you find them immature. And they go through life like there's no consequences. Alright, how they feel about you. 3 of Swords. And the Empress. could read this one of two ways. Either they know that they've hurt you, or they're hurt by you. It might even be both. And honestly, that's what I'm feeling. They both know that you've been hurt by them, but they also, you disappointed them or you broke their heart. They do see you as marriage material. It's good that the Empress is there, because they see you as somebody that they could commit to. Somebody worthy of making a long-term commitment. Something to nurture and see it grow. Tell me one more with the Empress and the Three of Swords. You could have children with this person or not. They could see themselves having children with you, or a family, maybe even a business, the world and the sun. You may have changed their perspective on a lot of things. I'm going to put that back. But it's almost like you broadened their vision. Tell me one more with the Empress and the Three of Swords. Why is that here for how this person feels about Gemini? Why do you keep giving me... That wasn't two. My bad. Seven of Cups. They have mixed emotions. Their feelings are kind of all over the place. They may be even confused by their own feelings for you. The reason is because of that Three of Swords. And I actually think the reason they feel that is because they feel both the Empress and the Three of Swords towards you. How could you feel both at the same time, is what they're asking themselves. How could I think so well of this person as a potential long-term partner, as a wife or husband? Again, ignore the gender. By the way, this is Taurus, Libra. But at the same time feel so utterly crushed. Or maybe even they're confused on how they could hurt you so bad. Tell me about the Empress. No, I don't need to know about the Empress. That's pretty self-explanatory. I need to know about that Three of Swords. Why is the Three of Swords here? Why do they feel the Three of Swords? Why does this person feel the Three of Swords? Yeah, it's both. But maybe stronger on the you hurt them. That's what they feel. Or disappointment, maybe. Disappointment that things went the way they went. Tell me. You could be this Queen of Cups up here with the Five of Swords. Okay. I said it and I summoned, apparently. Okay, Three of Swords with Five of Swords. Something that you guys argued about, fought about, said, or something you said to them, rather, really hit them in the feels. They feel it. And they're still angry. Something you said or did. They're really, really angry still. And I already knew that because it was here. Holding on, I wouldn't normally translate that way, but it's like I get this feeling of holding on, nurturing a grudge. Alright, so something was said or done that really, really hurt them. And now they're all mixed up about their feelings. To be clear, this is here, the Empress is here, so they see you. I mean, you guys could already be married. Four of Wands. So they're uncertain about how to build back a foundation, structure, stability, safety with you. bring a home together, possibly have a working relationship where it's secure. Or maybe they're confused on the Six of Cups just tried to come out. They're confused about if they should even attempt to try to renovate, basically. The Four of Wands can talk about a literal home. If you guys are married, they might be confused about what's going to happen in the home. Maybe even a wedding was called off. Or they're confused about the future security of this connection. Alright, let's look at how you feel for them. Page of Swords again. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You're curious about something. The Magician. Feelings for them. I think you're still open to explore. Yeah, you're open to something as far as creating something so far. Let's keep clarifying, see what comes out. Magician is Gemini, that's your energy. I feel like because the Queen of Swords came out for you, that you are open to hearing or listening. King of Cups. So you do still have feelings for this person. You may even be looking in on them as far as like social media or asking for like mutual friends or trying to find out more information about what's going on. You may be asking them, but I get the sense that you guys are like trying to avoid each other. Tell me about the Page of Swords, which makes sense because for those of you that came here to learn about a specific person, that's the Page of Swords. Albeit, unconventional means, but you're still looking for information through a reading. Tell me about the Page of Swords. Why? Okay, you may be wanting to know what the decision is. Will there be a reconciliation? Are they going to ask me? Should I approach them? What's the move here? What's the play? What should I do? Who should I talk to? Do I need advice? Are they open to reconciling? Are they a second chance with Judgment? Or maybe you're trying to investigate what your ultimate judgment, what your ultimate call should be. But I do think that you're open to it because you do still have strong feelings. They're in, what is that word? Don't. Engraved. Why did engraved? Engraved came out. That's not the right word, but I feel like maybe you have something engraved, like you gave them something like an engraved ring, or maybe you guys carved your name into a tree or something. Anyway, your initials, not your name, but could have been your name. I don't know. Magician. Now let's clarify before I say anything. Tell me about the Magician for how Gemini feels about this person. I see this as a willingness to create. Like you're willing them to talk to you, or you're willing yourself to reach out. Okay, wait a minute. Virgo energy there. What is that? Is that like... Maybe your feelings. I feel a Magician. The Hermit. Maybe you're just giving yourself time, or maybe you're giving them some time to reflect. or both. Maybe you're giving the both of you space to reflect. Somebody could have ghosted or blocked here. Sometimes that's what the Hermit can represent. It's almost like you're trying to manifest the wisdom to make the right judgment call, but you do still have feelings. Maybe time has passed, though, to make you start to question those feelings. Or maybe you're wondering if they share those feelings. Your feelings are steady, but with the Four of Cups, this can talk about losing faith, losing optimism towards something, or no longer being interested. Like a missed opportunity kind of thing. I don't know if this is... What the heck? Man, it's 1 o'clock. Stop. Who's texting me? I don't know if this is what you feel towards them, or this is like a fear that they no longer have interest. But maybe your feelings are waning because so much time or so little communication has happened, and you're starting to feel like, okay, well, maybe it's time to move on. That kind of makes sense because up here in your current energy situation, you were waiting, there was stagnation in something, and finally you hit the King of Swords where you made the ultimate decision, like, I'm moving on. So while you do still have feelings, you're not going to wait around forever. With the King of Cups, it's a very solid, like I know my heart, but I'm also not going to beg. I'm not going to plead. If this person approaches me, I'll accept it. But I'm not going to lower myself to... Anyway, let's move on to their next action towards you. We have the Moon, that's Cancer energy, Pisces as well, but Cancer. And, oh, okay. I don't think they're going to take any action as of yet. They're still kind of in the what do I do phase. Being uncertain, unsure, unclear in their own mind. Tell me one more with that Two of Pentacles and the Moon, please, for this person's next actions towards Gemini. There's a lot of unknowns in this, with the Moon being there. Like, things are hidden. They're trying to sort it out with the Two of Pentacles, but the Moon's the main pull here, so it's pulling up a lot of feelings and things hidden, things in like the undercurrent beneath the surface. Tell me one more. The Two of Pentacles and the Moon, please. I was supposed to, oh gosh. I was supposed to be collecting these, and I haven't been. So I would have plenty of clarifiers. My bad. Gimme. Alright. I'll try to mix these up a little bit. I'm going to shuffle for just a little bit longer because I've had so many. Alright, Moon, Two of Pentacles. What else? For this person's next actions towards Gemini, please. 1. Okay. 2. No. 3. So this one popped out. Ooh, okay. Oh, jeez. Alright. if you guys were hoping for them to come forward, I don't think this is, at least as of now. Obviously, I try to remind everyone tarot does not or cannot dictate free will, but from what I'm seeing here, this is like, because there's so much unknown, or there's so many pent up hidden feelings and uncertainty. It looks like they're going to be walking away, calling this a lost cause, and just emotionally moving on, distancing themselves. It's not to say that that won't change in the future, but as of right now, they're too conflicted. They're too uncertain. Tell me about the moon. I almost had a card. What was that? Was that the Lovers? It sure was. Tell me about the moon. What does that moon represent? The moon is the reason why. Why is the moon here? Okay. Well, that's kind of heartbreaking. The Star. That makes me sad. So the Star is Aquarius energy, with the moon and the star, or the star clarifying the moon. They wanted, or they want, so much for this to work, but they don't see a way to reach the star. The star is something you aspire to. It can be a dream, a wish, but it's not easily achieved. It's the thing that we work our whole lives trying to find, whatever that might be. For some people it's fame, for some people it's love, for some people it's very personal to them. But you are the star to them. And they don't see a way to achieve what they really truly want. It's not like they're giving up because they don't care. They're giving up because they care too much. And that might not make sense to you, but to this person, I think it's better to lose by walking away than it is to try and still not succeed, because it's so important. This is a kind of failure that they can't stomach. If they were to be rejected by you, it would mean failure, and this person can't. It's like that scene from The Incredibles where, I think it was the second one. Whatever. If you've seen The Incredibles, you'll know the scene I'm talking about, where he tells Mrs. Incredible, I can't lose you again. I don't normally get movie references or things like that, but that's exactly what this feels like. I cannot survive the knowledge that that you won't accept me back, or that we can't make this work. So it will hurt less if I'm the one to walk away. I don't really need to clarify, honestly. That's, I guess, let me look at that Two of Pentacles. Too much. Yeah, they count it as a point of strength that they can walk away in a way. That's what they convince themselves of. Like I'm strong for walking away from something I really want. Really, it's strength is the courage to go after it despite the feeling that you might not. Tell me about that Two of Pentacles. Tell me about that Two of Pentacles, please. Okay. Oh, something in the reverse. Queen of Swords in there. Yeah, they feel like you're not open. Like you would not accept it. Or this could be on their end. The Queen of Swords in the reverse would be like, again, like I can't lose. Not this. No decision is better than a decision where I walk away being rejected. It's like a self-protective measure. Alright, so normally this would make sense, but now it kind of doesn't. What is your reaction to, in this case, their inaction? How do you receive this action, which is for them to do nothing or to emotionally distance themselves? Well, I guess you get to a point where you're okay with it. Or maybe you find commitment elsewhere, you find happiness elsewhere. Tell me one more with that Ten of Cups. Tell me more about that Ten of Cups and the King of Pentacles. Or, no, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said King of Pentacles. That's Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Cups, Ten of Pentacles. You win in this situation, and if your perspective of them is correct and they were afraid of commitment or they were inconsistent, in and out, immature, maybe you realize it's for the best. I say that because we have happiness and, success, especially financial, but just success, whatever that is to you. Tell me one more. Tell me one more for Geminis. Five of Pentacles. It does hurt. You do feel rejected, neglected, abandoned. But at the same time, it's almost like you're sort of grateful at the same time. And I don't think this is like an immediate reaction to this. I think over time you realize that it's almost like thank you for the lesson because it got me to where I am now. This is in the future. Thank you for the experience. I feel like for some reason from this Ten of Cups, it's almost like you're looking off into the distance, is like the past, and seeing, you feel gratitude, and like they'll always have a place in your heart as far as what you did have, or what they did give you, or what you did learn. And I'm not saying you're gonna like immediately be like, oh, okay, yeah, well, I'm good now, because the Five of Pentacles is here. But it's almost like you use that as kind of like a stepping. I don't mean to make it sound like they were totally replaceable to you, but this might have been going on for so long because you did have that King of Swords with the Eight of Wands, which is like, okay, I'm done waiting, I'm moving on. You missed the train, buddy. And you do get to a point, not immediately, but over time, where you're just grateful for the lesson, you're grateful for the experience. And you do get some success. You do reach a goal that part of your life or chapter is over, and you get to the 2 tens, which is completion, and they're the best minor arcana there is. Emotional fulfillment, and possibly, you know, fulfillment in what you value the most. Outcome, probable, not definitive, because tarot cannot dictate free will. You have free will, this person has free will. Okay. We have the Knight of Pentacles, 4th row Capricorn. One more with the Knight of Pentacles and the 7 of Swords for the probable outcome between Gemini and the person most on their mind. I mean, to be honest, to be fair, some of you may react immediately that way. Like, you saved me a lot of grief, bullet dodged, thank you. Tell me one more with that 7 of Swords. Thank you. What is that? 9 of Cups. It feels like it belongs there, but this is the one I wanted. I'm getting a weird vibe off of this. Almost, okay, why? Alright. This is like a knee-jerk reaction. Before you get to this 10, the 2 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, there will be a moment where you might not like physically confront them, but you do recognize what was taken from you. Maybe it was years, maybe it was like they wasted your time. Maybe they even, like, I don't know, owe you something. Like maybe you gave them a place to stay and you feel like they owe you back rent, or they kept some of your belongings. But the thing that I'm getting from, especially these 2 cards, I don't normally keep the cards that I don't know. It flipped, but it stayed in the deck, but I felt like it was right. Anyway. It's almost like, show me why I wasted my time with you. I'll wait. But it's a sarcastic. You're not really going to wait. And it's also an energy of like, see if you can find another me. I'll wait. Not really. Haha. Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, there's still anger here. Look at that. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Like, this guy's smirking, and this guy's looking at him like, you messed with who? Like, I'm talking about this person. Look at the way he's side-eyeing. Dude over here running away with the swords. That's the Thief card. Sometimes it talks about plotting, planning. But it is sometimes considered the card of deceit, lies. Tell me about that Knight of Moon and the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, like they wasted your time. As what, or maybe it's a conclusion that you both get to. Again, I saw that resentment. It could be felt by both parties. Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles. I wasn't even using the right deck. Tell me about that Knight of Pentacles for the prop. Okay. 1 second. 10 swords. Yep. No, this is a done deal. Tell me about that 7 of Swords. What does that represent here? think looking back on it, you question their motives from the beginning. I think a lot of that is because you've got the time to. Because I don't see them, you know, coming forward and expressing anything. I see them like slinking away, and that's what that card kind of means too. They never address it, they just disappear. So you don't have the closure, and you see them, it lingers as a person that just, maybe they lied from your mind, or even maybe theirs. I was lied to from the beginning. This was never real, and they cheated me out of, insert whatever here. Time, money. Somebody feels conned here. Yeah, it's a done deal though, with that Ten of Swords. Somebody stuck a fork in it, because really? Out of all the things that could come out of my mouth. Anyway, yeah, I don't see this going anywhere. I see this like, eventually you do move on, but when you do reminisce about it, is a nice way to put it. It's like you feel cheated. You feel like maybe you had them all wrong, or, you know, both of you think that way. Excuse me. You both have a lot of anger towards, and hurt. You're both carrying hurt, justified or not, maybe on their end. Maybe they're hurt because you wouldn't put up with it. I don't know. I don't know the dynamics. Let's look at the, kind of pointless now, but let's look at the long-term, overall, real-world potential of this connection. The Fool and the Three of Wands, please. One more. Yeah, I think this person, I think you were, for the most part, I think you were correct in your estimation. That they were all over the place. They took unnecessary risks. And yeah, it was fun. But again, in a relationship, you want consistency. You want, you know, someone that you can rely and depend on and feel safe with. Tell me about the Fool. Why is that here? What does it represent for the overall long-term real-world potential between Gemini and the person most on their mind? Tell me about the Fool, please. 1, 2, and 3. Four of Swords. I mean, it had potential if somebody had felt, you know, the urge to take a real risk. And I'm not talking about like gambling at the cost of losing everything. I mean, taking a risk where you put everything on the line. I hope that made sense. It made sense in my head. Like, it's one thing to gamble your money when you have enough of it to spend, but it's another thing to take a chance with or for someone. I think you know what I mean. You have to risk it all. And you do that for the people that you truly, truly, truly love and see a future with. You saw a future. You both, I think, saw a future. The Three of Wands is here. It's like, I know that this can work. This is the confidence that something is going to go right for you. But eventually somebody's risky behavior or adrenaline-seeking junkie fits led to breakdown in communication, misunderstandings, silent treatments like, I can't deal with you. You're making me question myself, my worth, my value. Tell me about the Two of Wands, or excuse me, the Three of Wands. Emperor in the reverse. You never want to see the Emperor in reverse. Yeah, I don't think it was ever gonna work. Like, that's the kind of clashing. You did have arguments, and like Five of Swords show up twice in pretty prominent positions. Like, these two people that just can't see eye to eye, they can't get along, they can't come to a consensus, they're just very different, too different. And too proud, and too controlling. Not always, I'm not calling you controlling or them, maybe they weren't, maybe they were like so whatever. But there was a lack of taking initiative in a way that really mattered, but lent to something. Tell me about the Chariot. Tell me about the Chariot. That's Cancer. We have Aries. We have Aquarius. Pisces, Aries, but mainly Aquarius. Pretty sure that Fool belongs to Uranus. Tell me about the Chariot. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm gonna say that this is not a good Chariot with the Six of Pentacles because of everything so far. This alone, it's pretty good. It would be good by itself, but with everything else, I see this as like you would always have to settle for bare minimum. Not you specifically, but it would take more compromise than okay. You would have to present a dumbed down version and change who you are at a core level. Maybe both of you. You would both have had to change at a core level in order to work together, in order to balance up. And it would have been too much. This person deserves to find someone just as much as you do that, you know, makes beneficial changes to our lives, not changes that hurt us or hinder us. You didn't align. And it would have taken years and losing pieces of yourselves. Like fundamental pieces. Like, it's all well and good that they're, you know, fun and spontaneous and, you know, a seeker of initiating things. But when it comes at the cost of... Anyway, I'm gonna not rant. Gemini, this is your reading. Let me know in the comments if it resonated. Feel free to like, share, subscribe. I appreciate everyone who dropped in, and those that watched the entirety of the video. I think that's it. You guys have a wonderful weekend, and I will talk to you next time.